Hey guys, it's Generalkidd here. How's everyone doing today? So, for today's video, we're going to be tackling the question of what happens if you die during the intro in multiplayer, as in the little intro cinematic that plays at the beginning, where you and all the other Spartans do your poses, and you get to see like who else is on your squad and all that. During this scene, there's usually nothing eventful that happens other than your poses, and then you guys get ready to go into battle. But what happens if you die during the scene? Because you're not supposed to. There's not supposed to be any like action going on here. So, without further ado, we put that to the test. And the way I tested it was I forged a map on Livefire, and I tested it in custom games after that to see what happens. And what I changed about the map was every cinematic scene, like every spawn point where you could see that cinematic where all the Spartans are lined up, I just placed the kill ball on top of it. So in this first case, you basically die like instantly as soon as the game loads in, and you don't even see your Spartan anymore because you died. And as you saw there, the camera just completely like freaks out during that whole scene. And you can see it again right here. Again, I died instantly. In fact, when you die instantly, your nameplate doesn't even show up in that bottom right corner there. And depending on how you die, like my body landed upside down there, so the camera just completely flipped upside down. And there's other side effects too that can happen. It depends like how quickly you respawn or how slow you respawn and a bunch of other factors. But in this next case, even though I like died there and the camera like zoomed back, you can see like it's not spectating anyone, and when that happens, you basically break the game. Because I did respawn here, but now the camera's broken, and it's permanently broken too. I'm stuck in the screen. I can't walk around or anything. I can still shoot. I can still melee. And I'm technically walking around, but my camera is stuck in place there. And I can't do anything about that until I restart the match or end the game. So, potentially, like, dying during the intro cutscene could break your game completely. And you have to, like, restart to fix it. And that actually happens quite often. So, just beware when you're forging maps. If you're forging a map or custom game type where there's a chance that people could die during the intro, then, yeah, it could break the game. Now, what I did before was I tested it with a kill ball like immediately on spawn, but now I tried it with the kill ball spawning in like halfway through this intro cinematic. So you see a little bit of the pose and animation, and all of a sudden the kill ball spawns in and kills the Spartan. And when that happens, it looks like the Spartan got hit by a bus or something like that, and the camera just like freaks out. Like everything looks fine at first, and all of a sudden the camera just, like I said, it looks like he got hit by a bus. But even with this way of like killing the Spartan during the intro cutscene, it can still mess up the camera once you spawn back in. It doesn't always happen like that, but sometimes it can still. But other times, depending on the respawn time and the whole timing of the intro cinematic and your respawn and everything, that can depend wildly depending on how quickly you load in the game. And if you're playing with others, it also depends like how quickly they load in too. So that can affect the timing of all this. And depending on the timing, you can get completely different effects too. Like you saw there when I died during the intro, I respawned immediately, like mid intro. And when I spawned again, you could see I spawned holding a weapon, and then it immediately forced me back into the animation pose. And then the camera zooms back to where the beginning spawn was, and it quickly zooms back to where I actually am. So basically, no matter like how you do this, the camera will get very confused if you die during the intro cutscene. And a lot of the resulting effects because of that are pretty hilarious and pretty like unexpected as well. Or even sometimes, like I said, the results can be pretty game-breaking too. So this is mostly just like an experiment just to see what would happen and the results of that. But it is potentially something that you should be aware of when forging a map to make sure that nothing can kill people during the intro cinematic. Unless you want that to happen, in which case, go for it. And, you know, the results can be pretty funny. But yeah, so there you guys have it. That is what happens if you die during the multiplayer intro cinematic. And it, you know, it highly depends on the timing and everything, but generally speaking, it really like messes up the camera during that cinematic. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and found it to be interesting. If you did, make sure to leave a like, leave your thoughts in the comments, and if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you all next time. Bye guys!